Hello class 9th, I am Ashok, your English teacher, present here with a new video for you. Today I am going to discuss the remaining part of the text of the chapter number 4, A Truly Beautiful Mind. This video is being made as part 2. In part 1, we had read about Albert Einstein's childhood and his schooling and joining a university at Zurich. And today we will discuss the next part of the text. So let us see what is there in this part of the text. We will begin from para number 7. So text begins like that. He also felt a special interest in fellow student Mileva Marik, whom he found to be a clever creature. So other than maths and physics, Albert Einstein liked one of his fellow students. Her name was Mileva Marik. He thought that she was very clever, sharp and intelligent. This young Serb had come to Switzerland because the university in Zurich was one of the few in Europe where women could get degrees. They met at the University of Zurich. Mileva Maric belonged to Serbia, that is why she is called Serb. She came from Serbia to Switzerland because the university in Zurich was one of the few universities in Europe which gave degrees to female students. Einstein saw in her an ally against the Philistines, those people in his family and at the university with whom he was constantly at odds. Ally means a friend or an associate. Philistines means a word used disapprovingly to talk about people who do not like art, literature, or music. To be at odds means to be in the opposition of something or to be against someone. So Einstein felt that Mileva was a friend because she also liked art, literature, or music. Both shared this common interest in those days. Having interest in art, literature, or music was not considered to be good. So, those people who were interested in art, literature, or music used to call their opponents Philistines. Albert Einstein's family and many people in the university were not in favor of this. So, against such people, Albert Einstein and Mileva Marik's Unity helped them face the situation. The couple fell in love, letters survive in which they put their affection into words. Mixing science with tenderness, wrote Einstein, how happy and proud I shall be when we both have brought our work on relativity to a victorious conclusion. So Albert Einstein and Mileva Merrick fell in love and they exchanged love letters to express their feelings. They used to write such kinds of letters where they used to mix science with their feelings. At one instance, Einstein talked about his scientific invention and said that he would be very proud on that day when they would finally conclude their paper on the theory of relativity. So that was there in this part of the text. Now let us see the next part of the text. Para number 8. In 1900, at the age of 21, Albert Einstein was a university graduate and unemployed. In the year 1900, Albert Einstein was 21 years of age and he completed his graduation from the university but was still unemployed. He worked as teaching assistant, gave private lessons, and finally secured a job in 1902 as a technical expert in the patent office in Worm. Patent means a document which gives the rights of an invention to an inventor. From 1900 to 1902, Albert Einstein was working as a teaching assistant and gave private lessons also. And finally, in 1902, he got a job in Bonn. Bonn is a city in Germany. He got the job of a technical officer in a patents office in Bonn. While he was supposed to be assessing other people's inventions, Einstein was actually developing his own ideas in secret. So Einstein was supposed to check the inventions done by other people and give them a patent. But on the other hand, secretly he was making his own inventions too. He is said to have jokingly called his desk drawer at work the Bureau of Theoretical Physics. So this was the name given to him, given to his office, and he used to say this. Einstein later said the desk on which he worked was the Office of Theoretical Physics because there only he started working on his inventions. So this was there in this part of the text. Now see the next part. One of the famous papers of 1905 was Einstein's special theory of relativity, according to which time and distance are not absolute. Absolute means measured in itself, not in relation to anything else. So, in the year 1905, Einstein published his first paper. It was about special theory of relativity. In this publication, it was written that the measurement of time and distance is not absolute. It depended on something else. Indeed, two perfectly accurate clocks will not continue to show the same time if they come together again after a journey if one of them has been moving very fast relative to the other. So, according to the theory, if there are two clocks and both are moving, they will not show the same time. One clock will move faster than the other. From this followed the world's most famous formula which describes the relationship between mass and energy. E is equal to mc2. In this mathematical equation, E stands for energy, M for mass, and C for the speed of the light in a vacuum, about 3 lakh kilometers per second. This theory of relativity gave us the basic formula of physics, that is E is equal to mc2. E stands for energy, M for mass of the object, and C for the speed of the light in a vacuum. Vacuum means where there is no air, and the speed of light in vacuum is almost 3 lakh kilometers per second. To put it into simpler words, Einstein said that when you sit with a nice girl for 2 hours, it seems like 2 minutes. On the other hand, when you sit on a hot stove for 2 minutes, it seems like 2 hours. That's relativity. So a person would feel the timing differently. While Einstein was solving the most difficult problems in physics, his private life was unraveling. Albert had wanted to marry Mileva right after finishing his studies, but his mother was against it. So, though he was solving the complicated problems in physics for the world, his personal life started becoming problematic. He started to fail in his personal life. Albert had wanted to marry Mileva right after finishing his studies, but his mother was against it. She thought Mileva, who was 3 years older than her son, was too old for him. So, Albert Einstein's mother was of the opinion that Mileva Merrick, who was 3 years elder to Albert Einstein, was very old for him, and their match was not good. She was also bothered by Mileva's intelligence. She is a book like you. His mother said Einstein put the wedding off. So Albert's mother thought that Mileva was very intelligent to be a wife, and she told Einstein that Mileva was also like a book and was similar to him. As his mother was against this marriage, he cancelled his wedding with Mileva. The pair finally married in January 1903 and had two sons. But a few years later, the marriage faltered. Faltered means became weak. Their marriage failed. Mileva, meanwhile, was losing her intellectual ambition and becoming an unhappy housewife. So, as Mileva Merrick was very intelligent to being a housewife, she could not cope with her ambitions. She could not fulfill her ambitions, and so she started becoming unhappy. After years of constant fighting, the couple finally divorced in 1919. Mileva was unhappy from this marriage. She could not fulfill her career dreams, so finally she got separated from Albert and took divorce in 1919. Einstein married his cousin Elsa the same year. So after divorce, he married to his cousin, and her name was Elsa. This was there in this part of the text. Now see the next part. Einstein's new personal chapter coincided with his rise to world fame. At the time Einstein married Elsa, another thing coincided. It was Einstein's rise to world fame. Einstein became world famous. Everyone acknowledged him as a great scientist. In 1915, he had published his General Theory of Relativity, which provided a new interpretation of gravity. In the year 1915, he published one more paper which was based on General Theory of Relativity, which gave a new interpretation to gravity. An eclipse of the sun in 1919 brought proof that it was accurate. So, in the year 1919, there was a solar eclipse which proved that Albert Einstein's general theory of relativity was correct. Einstein had correctly calculated in advance the extent to which the light from fixed stars would be deflected through the sun's gravitational field. The newspapers proclaimed his work as a scientific revolution. Deflected means change direction because it hit something. So Albert Einstein had calculated in the year 1915 that in the year 1919 there would be a solar eclipse. Due to it, the apparent position of the stars would change to some extent, and his calculation was accurate. So it was announced that Albert Einstein's work was scientific revolution. Einstein received the Nobel Prize for Physics in 1921, and that was possible because of his discovery. The Nobel Prize was based on the will of the famous Swedish scientist, a scientist who belongs to Sweden. Alfred Nobel was his name. It was established in 1895, and the first Nobel Prize was given in the year 1901. So Einstein got this Nobel Prize in 1921. He was showered with honors and invitations from all over the world and lauded by the press. He was honored and was invited to various places all over the world. Even the press praised him also. When the Nazis came to power in Germany in 1993, Einstein emigrated to the United States. Emigrated means leave one's own country in order to settle permanently in another. In 1933, when Germany came under the power of Nazis, the famous Nazi ruler was Adolf Hitler. If you have read in the history, at that time Einstein left Germany and shifted to United States of America forever. 5 years later, the discovery of nuclear fission in Berlin had American physicists in an uproar. In an uproar means very upset. So after 5 years, the Germans discovered the process of nuclear fission, the process through which nuclear bombs or atomic bombs are made. This process was prepared in Berlin. Due to this, all the physicists in America were upset as they feared misuse of the technology. Many of them had fled from fascism, just as Einstein had, and now they were afraid the Nazis could build and use an atomic bomb. There were many scientists who escaped to America because of fascism. Fascism was a dictatorial concept which was started in Europe from Italy by the rule of Benito Mussolini. All the scientists were afraid that the Nazis could misuse the atomic bomb. So this was there in this part of the text. Now see what is there in the next part. At the urging of a colleague, Einstein wrote a letter to the American President Franklin D. Roosevelt on 2nd August 1939, in which he warned a single bomb of this type exploded in a port might very well destroy the whole port together with some of the surrounding territory. So this was written there in his letter. He warned Albert Einstein warned President of America Franklin D. Roosevelt that atomic bomb which was developed by Germany was very powerful. If one of these bombs exploded on any port, it would not only destroy the area but also it would destroy the surrounding territory. This shows Einstein's humanitarian quality. He wanted good for the people, he wanted peace in the world. That is why he wrote his concern to the President of America and warned him. His words did not fail to have an effect. Albert Einstein's letter had an impact on Franklin D. Roosevelt. The Americans developed the atomic bomb in a secret project of their own and dropped it on the Japanese cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki in August 1945. So the American developed the atomic bomb secretly and dropped it on two cities of Japan, and these cities were Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The Germans had just developed the atomic bomb. They did not use it on any country, what America did. This was there in this part of the text. Now see the next part. Einstein was deeply shaken by the extent of the destruction. Lot of destruction took place and Einstein was very much upset and he was shaken also. This time he wrote a public missive to the United Nations. Missive means letter, especially long and official. So he wrote an official letter to the United Nations organization In it, he proposed the formation of a world government. Unlike the letter to Roosevelt, this one made no impact. So Albert Einstein proposed to form a world government. What this letter did not bear any fruit. But over the next decade, Einstein got over more improved in politics, agitating for an end to the arms buildup and using his popularity to campaign for peace and democracy. So, for another 10 years, Albert Einstein was involved in world peace. He was involved in politics, and his agenda was to stop the countries involved in collecting arms and developing weapons. He campaigned for world peace and democracy. His main agenda was world peace and freedom of people. When Einstein died in 1955 at the age of 76, he was celebrated as a visionary and world citizen as much as scientific genius. Visionary means a person who can think about the future in an original and intelligent way. So Einstein could foresee the future. When he died in 1955 at the age of 76, the world celebrated him as a visionary. He was a world citizen and a scientific genius too. So, this was all about the text. These are word meanings. You can go through these words. You can note them down in your notebooks. And this is the homework. Note down the words meaning in your fair notebooks. Do complete the summary of the chapter in your own words. Write answers of the textual questions as per your understanding of the chapter. So this is the homework. Thank you. That's all for today. Have a nice day.